That's not good. It's not starting. Hey everyone, today I'm going to be talking about my 1994 Jeep Wrangler YJ V8. Yes, you heard me correctly, V8. This Jeep has a V8 in it. I will explain how that happened later on. But for now, I'm going to be talking about the problems and the things that I like about this Jeep. First, let's talk about the styling. People don't like the square headlights, and I don't really get it because I actually like the square headlights. Granted, not better than the circle ones, of course, but they look pretty cool. I'm kind of embarrassed about the square headlights, so to kind of hide them, I painted the grille here black, and I think it looks cooler. Down here, you can probably see these and this. This was like this when I bought it. I bought it from like a teenager or something like that, you know. The reason why I bought this is because I wanted a semi-reliable, good-looking off-roader, one that I wanted to beat up. You know, I didn't want some pavement queen or whatever. I wanted to actually take this thing off-roading. So I bought it with this bumper with a 4-inch lift kit. It also has these beefier tires. They're 33-inch tires. Oh, stay tuned because I'm going to make a video later on. I'm gonna put 37s on this thing. So that means I have to customize, cut out the wheel well, so stay tuned for that. From this angle, you can see the side pipes. And this car did not come from the factory like that, but hold on, I'll get there. I'm talking about the problems first, and there are plenty. Let me show you what's under this thing. Now, there is a lift kit, but as you can see, it's not the best quality. Everything's kind of old and falling apart. And I have replaced some bushings and things like that, but not all of them. Things are wore out, as you can see right there. That's not good, gotta replace that. I did replace the stabilizer right here, so it rides a bit better, but this track bar moves, which of course is not very safe. When I got it, somebody taped up holes and stuff like this, so it's another thing on the list of things to fix. Have you ever seen those bullet hole stickers? Well, this is not one of those. I actually shot this Jeep about a year ago with my brother-in-law. He thought it'd be funny, so I just did it because, you know, it's kind of a junky Jeep anyway. But I shouldn't have done it because these doors don't lock and the mechanisms inside are broken, and I've been trying to find these doors forever and they're super expensive. Looking back on that now, that wasn't the brightest of ideas. But anyway, let's get on with the interior of this thing. Okay, so remember how I said the doors don't work? Yeah, this could be why. There's no cover for it. Now I have the cover, but the clips are all broken and nothing really like fits on here. So I've been trying to find doors for this, but I'm serious, it is tough. The wiring is not the greatest. It's kind of, you know, subpar. For the record, everything in this car works. The gauges and the lights, everything, the tachometer works, the factory one, but the only reason why I had to get this aftermarket one is because I have a V8 in here, so I had to adapt. This tach was for a 6-cylinder, and I can't use that for the V8, so I had to get this right here. But you know, the gauges, the lights, the horn, like all that stuff works. Yeah, there is a rip right here on the seat. Again, the wiring is a little bit subpar, if not dangerous. This tailgate still works, but it kind of droops. Like, look when it lines up, it's way off. So you have to like kind of do it by force. You know, it's kind of a pain in the ass because if you don't, see, it gets caught right there. So that's because of the hinges. Maybe a bushing is out or something. I'm not sure, but I'll find out. Now, back here, I took out the rear seats because I don't need them. It's only me. So I do have rags for, you know, in case it breaks down, antifreeze, tools, sand things. I forgot what they're called in case you're stuck in the sand. Tow rope, blanket, because sometimes it gets cold. There's jumper cables, you know, just stuff like if you're out off-roading and you get into trouble or you have to help someone else out. Just things like that. I also put these LED lights in here, so when the door is closed, they're off, and when you open it, they go on. Got this gas tank filled with gas at all times in case you get stuck. You know, that would suck. And there is these lights right here. I put these lights on myself because, man, I'll tell you what, when I'm out here off-roading at night, which is not too often, but it's happened enough to make me want those, because man, when you back up, it's impossible to see anything behind you. You could go off a cliff, or I don't know, it's dangerous. So I got those lights. I also got lights up front too. Let me show you those. I got these small ones on the sides, and I got this big huge one over here, and this thing has really helped. People say that the glare on the hood is a big deal, and it is. I guess it is annoying, but I personally like how it looks. I know that most people make fun of people with light bars, but I don't care. I think it's cool. Another thing with the V8 in here is it gets really hot, so I had to put these vents on the hood because, man, the heat that this thing pumps out when it's hot, jeez. Okay, everybody, the moment you've all been waiting for. Well, not really, but anyway, look, I'm proud of it. So this thing is a 5.8, 355 cubic inch Chevrolet engine, and it was given to me by my brother-in-law. He had a van that he was gonna crush, and he was like, hey, you know what? Do you want this engine? Like, do you want to do something with it? And I was like, hey, yeah, I'll put it in my damn Jeep. And that's exactly what I did. And in all honesty, I couldn't get over that little tiny Jeep engine. It was bothering me badly. Like, it bothered me on the street. It'd be so slow. I couldn't off-road. It was just I hated that engine. Anyone who says that those straight sixes are good, like, I just don't get it. You're gonna have to explain it to me because I don't understand. This is where it's at. This thing is awesome. It's got plenty of power, and I built it myself actually, just like the Corvette engine. And I'm planning on doing some upgrades to this maybe a little bit later on in the future. It's got a tough bottom end, so maybe a Turbski later on. I don't know, but we'll see. I had to put a custom radiator in here. Ow, it's hot. This thing gets hot, and I had to create these this entire mounting system, and it's not great and it's not pretty, but it's not gonna fall apart. So that's all I really care about. Right now, it does not have air conditioning hooked up, but it does have a compressor. So that's also a video that I'll do later on, is put AC in this, because man, in the summer when you're off-roading, it is brutal. You need AC. Like, man, I feel like an oven in there. It's like a sauna. I'm just covered in sweat. It sucks. So AC is going in that Jeep. I built this side exhaust, and I think it actually looks pretty cool, and it sounds pretty cool. Have a listen. What do you think? That exhaust sounds pretty cool, huh? I wanted it to be loud as hell, so it's got no cats on it. But in the future, I might put cats on it, because with the pipes being right next to your ear, like this, see the window there, and then they're right next to your ear. So, man, that is, when you're driving down the street, that is extremely loud. And I might put cats on it because it kind of smells also. So you'll be seeing that though in the future. Let me show you these pipes. I built these myself. As you can see right there, the welds are not the greatest quality. Those are the manufacturers, so they're really nice. But that's mine. See how I just grinded it down to make it look a little better? But this goes all the way up to the collector. And under here, there's a lot to actually say. Because I put this V8 in here, but I adapted it to the transmission that it came with from the factory, because I heard that, like, you know, it can handle the power. So this bell housing is actually a custom piece that I bought, and it just mates up to a Chevy V8, to the Jeep transmission, and of course, you know, I had to get a custom clutch, and the fork, and the slave had to get a custom starter. So there's a bunch of stuff that, like, I had to do to get this thing going. And one of the biggest, scariest things was the motor mounts right here. These motor mounts had to be welded in, and I was afraid about that, but they haven't fell yet. There's that radiator bracket I was telling you about I had to build. That seems to be holding up pretty strong. One of the bigger challenges with building the exhaust for this Jeep was the exhaust pipes, the side pipes. I really wanted side pipes, but this drive shaft was right in the way of this pipe. So I had to do some unique piping to make that clear. It's not pretty, and it probably hurts the flow, but it gets me the side pipe that I wanted, so. Okay, now I've showed you everything about the Jeep. Now it's time to see how it off-roads. Well, that was a quick look at my 1994 Jeep Wrangler YJ V8. If you guys like content like this, stick around because I still have a lot of work to do on this thing. Big 37-inch tires, hell yeah. Air conditioning, I'm gonna fix the paint. The paint is a little bit rough on this thing. And the wiring. The wiring is still a little bit weird. For example, it's not starting, so I gotta figure out the wiring. The fuel pump is not coming on, so it's getting dark outside, so I better hurry up and figure this out. But anyway, remember guys, if an amateur like me can do things like this, then so can an amateur like you.